And we are live now, so welcome to the TSN Armada 2.0 mission scripting competition verdict. Myself, Gary, Vaj, and Raiden have all played through the different missions. We've had a discussion on who we want, who we think has won at that mission scripting competition. But before we get to that, we thought we'd talk through each of the missions and our general thoughts on those missions, what we liked about it, and then afterwards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the mission scripts so anybody can play them. They'll be put on our website and put in the Discord as well. So, the three missions that we had, one was called Suspicious Sightings, one was called First Contact, and the other one was called, what was the name? First Contact Historical Simulation. So, we set out in the mission scripting competition, like, this is the theme that we want you to go with, and a few parameters as well, didn't we, with the length of time that we wanted it to run for and who it could be suitable for. So it was to be mainly for one ship. What was the first one that we ran? That was the historical one. That's the one, yeah. So that was done by Neo. Thoughts on that one then?
It was a really immersive script, definitely quite engaging. Lots to do.
Yeah, so I think the main premise behind it was we were going into such sector, and when we entered, it was interesting because the sector was completely blank, wasn't it? There was no nebula, no asteroids, nothing. It was just a completely blank sector of space, and we had to reveal it bit by bit.
Gives me an idea of how to do future exploration missions.
Because I think we're so used to just jumping into a sector, you might not see the enemy ships, but you see where the nebula are, the asteroids, and that, as we went through, it kind of revealed it, and we had to scan certain areas and move into those areas. Now, go on, Raiden.
Yeah, I was waiting for my turn. I really was impressed with that portion of the story, how the sector was revealed. It wasn't giving clues, which is excellent. I mean, there were clues, but the proper ones, the storyline ones. So this was really something that I found really impressive work of the sandbox and the capabilities of the game.
Thinking about it from like a scripting point of view, because I've done quite a lot of scripting, to have it spawn things in like that and have so many things going on, I thought was quite clever, because you'd have had to have like areas that when the ship enters it, then it spawns everything within that area, and then move on to the next area and spawn everything. So you've got lots of different elements going into that script. I did like as well how you had to use the comms menus, because I was on comms for that one. And you were having to like use the comms menus to deploy relays and things like that to be able to scan more, and you almost had to puzzle out which relay that you were going to drop, whether it's going to be a comms relay or a sensor relay.
Sorry,
Go on.
message come through saying that they're live and they can't hear us, they can only hear you.
Is that a problem?
Draco was saying the same, so.
Yeah. All right, okay. Let's see. If you guys talk for a bit, then go on.
I am talking.
Zippity-day.
I best monitor the live stream
Mission
here.
script, mission crypt. TSN Artemis.
All right.
Armada.
There we go. So I've turned you up a little bit.
Yep,
You don't need to hear those guys. Okay, so Raiden, what were you saying about it?
Yeah, well, I wanted to say that I was really impressed by that portion of the mission there. The fact that it was revealing one by one and a lot of different sectors. So I'm sure there was a lot of work behind that, and I really appreciated that.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Well done.
What about
as the engineer? I felt that I didn't have a lot to do for a good chunk of the mission. There wasn't a lot during the exploration phase of the mission for the engineer to do, except occasionally boost warp through nebulas and stuff, which isn't maybe the most satisfying thing. I didn't particularly mind it myself, but I think there are engineers who prefer to be a bit more busy. And so until we got into like actual combat, I didn't feel like there was much for the engineer to do.
Yeah. So because we went through and revealed, I felt on science there was plenty for me. On comms there was plenty for me to do as having to look at what to deploy and things. So I kept engaged, and I think that's a really hard thing to do often in mission scripts, to keep that comms officer engaged and to keep them thinking and having clues. But then you end up like in Exploration 1, I know we had Nemad on weapons. Nemad loves the immersion, but I think a more trigger-happy weapons officer would have found it a little bit... yeah, they were wanting to use the nukes and maybe not getting the chance. So there was that element to it as well. It was... Go on.
There's one thing I particularly enjoyed about that mission. There was this concentrated field of asteroids with a load of goodies in it and a dragon in the middle, which I thought I really enjoyed that bit. I just thought I wanted to call that one out.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some, like, as we revealed the different parts of the map, we came across these strange areas and tried to figure out how to get into that area, how to like raid the dragon's treasure kind of thing. That was a nice idea. It was immersive, and one reason why we know it was immersive was because at the end of it we realised how long we'd been playing it. It went on for quite a long time. And
unfortunately we suffered a server crash as well. Not for the script, it was my router decided to restart itself. But 88 minutes was how long we did it for, and there's still a bit more to go with destroying it, so it was quite a long one.
I think initially it was designed for more than one ship, wasn't it?
I'd be interested to run that with a 4 or 5 ships. That would be quite good.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot to do for just one ship, and there's a lot of really repetitive stuff. So being able to split it up among different crews would greatly speed up that process and make it a bit more enjoyable, I think.
Yeah. Altogether, though, I think for a group getting together and having a couple of hours playing, it was a really nice mission. Really good mechanics behind the mission, and definitely one that you could try a couple of times and try different approaches to revealing the sector and things and seeing what's the fastest. Should we talk about the next one then?
Yep.
So the next one, we were joined by Jamel on this one, and he said, just a minute, are we playing Space Cluedo? This was... What was it called again? Suspicious
Sightings, wasn't it?
Suspicious Sightings, yeah. It was several ships. There were several stations, weren't there? And then the transport ships. And what happened was the transport ships were all docked up, and suddenly this weird alien ship appeared. We went to attack it to defend it, but then it disappeared almost like it cloaked. The transport ships started going again, but there was more than seemed necessary, so we had to kind of work out the clues of, just a minute, we didn't destroy that alien ship, it's disguised, and we had to track down which alien ship it was. And in our case, did we not run it twice, this one, or did we just run this one once?
We decided on one of them and then attacked it, and unfortunately then the stations went, how dare you, and that's one of the end game scenarios, saying we attacked the wrong ship, it was a friendly ship, so then we restarted it again.
That's it, yeah, we actually failed the mission.
Yeah,
we did.
By attacking a ship, yeah.
But honestly, at that moment when we did that, it was sort of a desperation attempt to kind of make the mission going. Because everybody, I mean, we were sensing we have some clues going. The ships were about to reach their first destination in their travel path, which we now know after second playthrough was a more complicated travel path. And there seemed a bit of a lack of guidance what the players need to do. And I, as a captain, have decided, okay, this ship kind of looks suspicious based on the initial set of clues, which we didn't know was the final set. and we fired probably on a wrong ship. That's what cost us losing the first mission. After doing that, we realized that we probably need to wait for more than one set of crews, and it was much easier the second playthrough.
One of the good things there was there was a bit of randomness to it as well. When you joined next time, all the ship that was guilty was different.
Yeah, that felt well. That felt really good. Realizing you're not playing through the same thing twice just because you kind of were impatient. It really felt well.
Yeah, I know I was comms on that one as well, and there was like constant messages coming through and things to do with comms. I think of the workload of everyone, I might have had the most as comms. And then the captain was making
definitely,
and the messages were really, really interesting because you had to puzzle out what was going on. It was like, there's something suspicious about that, and it doesn't look right. And together as a team, we actually puzzled it out. So it was a really nice puzzle. And then once we found which ship it was and attacked it, it turned out we were very reluctant to attack it at that point, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were, especially after the first try.
Yeah, and we're like, just shoot it down and see what happens. And we shot it down. It's like, oh, there it is. It's the ship that we're
Scarlet,
looking for.
wasn't it?
No, it was Plum.
It was Plum. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
because
Scarlet was Zeus.
Yeah.
purple eyes and the not eating meat.
Right.
Yeah.
Zimni.
So I thought the comms messages were really well written and like captured the universe, so you got a glimpse into the Artemis universe of, oh, that's unusual for a Zimni, or oh, this is some kind of weird religious Arvonian festival going on.
Good knowledge of lore.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it did keep us engaged, and like I say, we failed that one, and had to replay it. We did kind of say that it was quite replayable in that you would constantly go in and it'd be a different suspect. Should we talk about the third one then, the third and final one?
Yeah.
So this one was the other first contact mission. What do we think of it?
I really enjoyed this one. My favourite bit was the fact that the baddie in it, the alien ship that we had to destroy, it had lots of different smaller ships like moving with it, so it was like a capital ship in essence. You had to destroy bits of it. You had to before you could actually destroy it, you had to destroy all the different turrets that were around it, and it gave me the idea of actually this could be a capital ship, a huge ship that you have to destroy certain parts of, maybe in a certain order. Future. So yeah, I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
It was quite cleverly done because on the science screen you had the point in the middle that was moving, and then you had around it all these points that you could hit, and it was almost like there were turrets coming off the side of it that you would weaken. A way of making a ship have a massive hull compared to what it would normally have. I agree. That was again, thinking about the scripting that would have gone into that, was a really clever way of scripting that idea of this bigger ship, and it was all using the stock sandbox, which is impressive.
And going off of that a little bit, I looked at the main screen before we destroyed it, and it was just a static mesh, which you can just make in the standard stock sandbox. But it used I don't know which texture file it used. It just used random, maybe Scaran texture file. And it just looked kind of like a big Borg cube kind of thing, or Borg sphere with all these turrets around it.
I think
really
it was
cool.
A pirate one because we came across a skull on the outer hull, and the skulls are part of the pirate skin. But the way that it was stretched out, like you say, it looked like a huge Borg sphere, flying through space with all these turrets firing at us as it was going. Raiden, were you in on that one, Raiden?
Yes, I was, yeah.
What did you think of it?
You said it all. It was really impressive. I was watching the main screen as well. It was me who coined this. This is like a Borg sphere, really. I really enjoyed that. The turret movement was very, very realistic. I really had a feeling like we are up against a huge capital ship. and the layout of the sector was really well thought through. Since you're working with a square sector, they use a diagonal approach to that and really placed all the stuff in a logical way to give us enough challenge.
Yeah.
It was really well executed.
Also on that is that unfortunately there were a couple of bugs, but the way I executed part, there were 7 endings available for it as well, so you could play it over and over again if you wanted.
Yeah, definitely high on the replayability. And we did play it through a second time, didn't we, to try a different ending?
We did.
The first time we attacked it and managed to destroy all its turrets. The second time we tried coordinating with the hegemony forces. That was interesting on comms, sending out messages, having to decrypt the messages and get their attention, and then working with them to destroy it. That was pretty cool. I think there was another one where you could drag it into a black hole. Like I said, there was a couple of bugs on it, but I think the author's gone back and just corrected some of those bugs. So hopefully those have been kind of ironed out, and it's a bit of a smooth running script. But even with the bugs, it didn't flash up at the end what had happened. But even with those bugs, we still found it an enjoyable mission. So, out of the 3, anybody want to say anything more about the 3 that we played through?
Just they were really good. Well done.
Yeah, in general, I think it was a high-quality missions, all of them, and it was really tough to decide if one was better than the other. For sure. Yeah. They took a different approach, but each of them succeeded in what they decided to do.
Yeah, I definitely recommend playing through all 3 of them. If you've got a LAN party going on, if you're allowed to at this point, or if you are playing across online and you wanna have something to mix it up, these 3 missions are definitely interesting ones to explore. The first mission, I think, was really excellent, a good exploration mission. The second one, definitely great party game one, and the third one just for the different ways of ending it. So we did come to a decision on which we wanted to say was the winning mission script. A couple of these people have entered before as well, so I know about that. And we kind of went through and we came up with, we looked mainly at the challenge, the pace, the involvement of different crew members, the story that we went into it, how replayable it was, and how we felt about the ending. And out of all the mission scripts, we came to a decision. And let me just get the right name.
I'm slightly regretting that I haven't got the drum roll on the soundboard.
I do. I can prepare it.
Hey.
Question is, have I got the right name? Because the just need to make sure the names match up. So
all right, give me Q. Give me Q for the.
Go on.
Where is it? Damn it! No.
Let's be ready.
Don't trigger
God, it's right Mickey Mouse outfit, this, isn't it?
Well, I have claps at least, so.
Okay, drum roll. We went for Mission 3, First Contact Friends and Enemies, written by Hayden Barker. So well done. Was that? I can't even hear that clapping. Where's the clapping?
Wasn't it?
The chat says they're hearing it in their minds.
How about now?
There we go.
Excellent. All right. There were all 3 were really enjoyable missions to play, and we could see like how much effort had gone into scripting them. I know how much effort it takes to write a complete mission script that works. We always expect a couple of bugs in them, but I know those bugs have been worked out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the TSN Armada online. I'll put them in a channel, and I'll also put a link to them on the TSN website as well, so you can check them out there. Feel free to download them, feel free to have a go at them. Tell us what you think, I'd be interested. we'll be interested definitely in the mission scripting chat in the Armada Online to find out what you think as well.
I'd just like to add as well that the scoring system we used, the maximum score anyone could score was 120, and all of the scripts got within 6 points of each other, which is a very small margin, so they are all very, very good quality.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Alright, so we are going to end that update here. You'll have a chance to play through those scripts. I think 1 or 2 people might be hosting those scripts for you as well now, so you'll be able to go and check them out. Coming up next on the schedule, we're going to have a break for a couple of hours. So I think it's an hour and a half, and then we're going to be having a sit down with Tom Robertson. During that, we're going to be meeting with Tom and talking through and quizzing him probably a lot about Artemis 3. Possibly as well the Armada, that see if that's coming up and when that's planned for. So we can do Armada. Is it Armada 3 or is it Armada 4 now? Or 5? If it comes,
it'll be
up in
Armada
person.
5.
Yeah, the live Armada 5, that is, not the TSN RP one. It will be the actual official Armada. So we could quiz him about that if he's got any plans on it. We'll be quizzing him as well about the current state of Artemis 2.0 and what he plans to do with it, and how he's getting on with Artemis 3 and when that might be released. Hopefully not in the not too distant future. We've been gathering the ideas of questions that you've been putting in a sit down with Tom, so keep those coming, and then obviously we'll be watching through the live chat. Yet to decide who's going to be joining me on that. I know Vaj, you'll be joining me on that interview, won't you?
Oh yes.
And then...
I have many, many, many questions.
So I am going to be making sure that I've got a mute button set. Alright, just in case he gets overexcited on that one. And then I think, Gary, you might join us for that.
I think I'll be listening in for that one.
Alright, okay, Gary's going to listen in. Raiden, do you fancy it?
I'm not that good in conversations in English for a long time, so I guess I'll be watching.
You're not too bad at English, Raiden. You use better English than some English people that I know.
Oh, honestly, that's
oh
true.
yeah, you're too kind.
Let's be honest. Alright, so we're going to finish there. Thank you for watching, and like I say, keep an eye out for those mission scripts being hosted on the Discord and on our website, and have fun with them.
Right. And don't forget about races. There is still one round coming at 20:00 UTC.
Yeah,
Someone's got to knock Sabertooth off. Yeah.
Somebody needs to knock off the Sabertooth from the pedestal.
Well, you've got to watch my stream because there was something funky going on with our warp. I'm calling foul play on that. Because my flying was awesome.
Right, come to the races, see Xavier do his awesome hits and crashes and all these spins. Have you ever seen a space skid?
I was doing really, really well there, thanks very much.
We came in last twice.
Shut up. People can watch for themselves and see what's going on there.
For sure.
Alright, see you later, guys.
Alright, bye-bye.